Alrighty, hello and welcome to this budget dinos list highlighting what can be possible in Pioneer. I'm recording it on Arena just because it looks prettier and nicer, but as of recording this is $83 US, including everything, including those lands, which is, I think, $83 for a lot of power and covering a lot of angles is pretty darn fantastic. Start at the beginning, of course, Marauding Raptor, Otepec Huntmaster, my favorite package of cost reduction. Sometimes you're playing Giant Cindermaw for a single red, Rampaging Raptor for 2 red, Shifting for 2 green. Oh, it is lovely stuff. Or just Huntmaster, allows for a turn 4 Quartzwood Crasher and you get to attack with it, make a lovely token, which is quite nice indeed. But Thunderherd Migration rounding out the stuff for 2 nice stable ramp. Although I do love pairing this with Topiary Stomper. 1 in a green for a 4/4 dino with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, you search for a basic land. That would be a very good thing to consider. Pairing that with this, you really get to 7 lands pretty consistently, I must say, but we'll leave it out for now. This still would do the trick, especially Giant Cindermaw. I mean, it is lovely starting off with life gain hate if you face Celestia Angels or anybody with incidental life gain, and going to Shifting and Rampaging. Sometimes, like I was mentioning, they could be fully reduced. This for 2 red, that for 2 green. That gets a little bit awkward mana-wise. However, we take a look at the lands. 4 Unclaimed Territory, name a dino, tap for a mana of any color for a dino. Same with Secluded Courtyard, but this is actually better because you can use that mana for Dinosaur abilities now, which Shifting Ceratops has the ability to gain reach, trample, or haste. Sometimes it can be sneaky trample and you get through some nice wins there, I must say. A Rampaging as well, just pumping it up, making it a 6/4 and 8/4 in some cases. That's pretty scary indeed. But Shifting, I must say, Torrential Gearhulk, is it Gearhulk, Magma Opus, whatever you want to call it, this helps quite a bit. Magma Opus can't target Shifting. The Elemental and Gearhulk can block it. I've won against that deck quite a bit because of this. But it's also nice against Azorius control, can't be countered, probably can be targeted with their mono white based removal. But it is also quite nice against spirits, you can imagine. This is the bane of that deck for sure. Reach, maybe you hold it up, a green to threaten reach against a spirit that has Curious Obsession attached to it. Boom, they can't attack or they don't really want to attack. They got to sacrifice their card advantage, which is quite nice. Rampaging as well. Oh, whenever it deals damage to an opponent, you deal that much damage to a planeswalker or a battle. I've taken out Liliana of the Vale quite a few times with this, I must say. And then Regisaur Alpha, boom, just get it. Basically, other creatures you control have haste. Pretty much that's how it can read, because everything else is dinos. Just adding another 3/3, absolutely fantastic. Splitting up this on 2 bodies might allow you to go wide a little bit. The first Regisaur gives the second Regisaur haste, which is absolutely lovely. And it's 5 for 7 power, which right there could really help play Ghalta, I must say. Oh, I've done it off the back of a Regisaur. The following turn, boom, this for 5 with the 7 total reduction of power, and love it. Absolutely. And Quartzwood Crasher, a very good budget consideration. 5 for 6/6 trample. Oftentimes it's going to have haste, but there is lots of other creatures that have trample. Giant Cindermaw, Rampaging Raptor, Shifting, the token from Regisaur, Kogla and Yadaro, which covers artifacts, enchantments, a little bit of interaction. Pretty much everything has trample in this list, so there's a very good chance you're going to be making some pretty big dinosaur beasts with this ability whenever you do connect with damage. And the more Quartzwood, the better. You have 2 out, you make twice as many big dinosaur beasts, and, well, that's going to be very scary stuff indeed. And the mana base, man, it's pretty good. I say it would be quite consistent with these. Rockfall Vale as well. You don't have anything turn 1, so Rockfall Vale could be your turn 1 land. 6 basics. I like to keep it 6 or 7 if I have something that's grabbing a basic. I might see a few, then I might cast a few Thunderherd Migration. I don't want to run out of basics to grab, so 6 kind of seems like the sweet spot. Sideboard wise, back to nature, destroy all enchantments, 5 color, Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation, dead, done. Tranquil Throwback, you hate on graveyards and enchantments and artifacts, beautiful. So this is artifacts, Kogla and Yadaro artifacts. You cover a lot of tech just right there, which is lovely. Damping Sphere, I threw in 2 copies of this to help a little bit against Mono Green Devotion. Weathered Runestone for graveyard strategies or stuff that wants to have stuff enter from the library, that sort of thing. Or if people want to cast spells from the graveyard or library. Then Flame Sweep, take out lots of little stuff, aggro or tokens. Could be very nice. Or maybe you attack. You take out all the small things, and whatever is left is softened up that you have enough trample damage. More is going to get through. Say they have 3 creatures big that can block, and you have a bunch of trample damage. You deal 2 to each of those 3 creatures. It's kind of like Flame Sweep dealt 6 to the opponent, which is pretty sweet because 6 more damage is now getting through, which is lovely, lovely stuff. Fantastic. Alright, yes, as I said, $83 US. I don't think that will change too much. I think this is a fantastic entry point. Of course, it could be a little bit cheaper, but $83 is pretty reasonable. Take a bite out of that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hope to see you next time. Peace.